Welcome to the Messy Bookshelf. I'm Jennifer and today I'm going to be doing my January wrap-up. This year, January was a great month. I managed to read 6 books while going to school, so that was pretty awesome. I'm just going to jump right into the books. The first book that I read this year was The Unbecoming of Dyer by Michelle Hodkins. I had been wanting to read this book for a really long time and we only had one copy in the store. So I decided to pick it up and I started reading it and I could not put it down at all. I managed to get it read in just over a couple of days. So just a few sittings because I was busy. I was working 2 jobs at the time. But I got it read and I absolutely loved it and I'm really excited for the next book. I gave this book 5 stars. Another book that I read in January is not really a book but a short story. It is the first story in 12 Doctors, 12 Stories. I've decided that I'm going to read one of these little books a month since there's 12 doctors and there's 12 months in a year. This one is called A Big Hand for the Doctor and it is written by Laureate Owen Colfer. This one is based around the first Doctor and it was a really good read. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. The next book that I read in January, I don't actually own a copy of. I read it while I was at work. I just randomly saw it one day, decided to pick it up while I was on my lunch, read most of it on my lunch break, and then read the rest of it on my other break. So I managed to get it done in 2 sittings just on my break. And that book is Amulet by Kazu Kabushi. I think that's how you say it. I'm not exactly sure. But I absolutely loved this graphic novel. It was such an interesting story, and as you saw from my January book haul, I picked up the second book in the Amulet series and I'm really looking forward to reading that one. I gave this book 5 stars. The next book that I finished reading in January was Beautiful Chaos. I was actually listening to this on Audible. I have been listening to the entire Castor Chronicles on Audible because I read the first one in like regular hardcover, but I couldn't get into the second one as much, so I tried it on Audible and I really enjoyed it. And I still enjoyed this one, Beautiful Chaos, which is the 3rd book in the Castor Chronicles series. I only have 1 more to go and I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. The next book that I read was one that was on my TBR, and that is Let It Snow by John Green, Maureen Johnson, and Lauren Miracle. This was a really cute read, especially for this time of year with the snow theme and the Christmas theme. I think I would have liked it more if I'd read it before Christmas instead of the 12 My True Love Gave to Me, but it was still a cute read and I really enjoyed it. I gave this one 4 stars. Another book that I finished on my TBR is The Mark of Athena. The last few hundred pages of this were a breeze to get through. They were so exciting and I'm really enjoying this series. I'm looking forward to getting to the House of Hades, especially after that ending. I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. The last book that I read in January I mentioned to you before about in my January book haul, and that is The Opposite of Loneliness by Marina Kingin. This book was absolutely fantastic. I read it in just over 24 hours. It is a bunch of short stories and essays, nonfiction essays, written by Marina Kingin. This Yale graduate who had her life set before her was in a car accident and she died 5 days after her graduation. So her parents wanted to kind of immortalize her writing, so they put this book together with a few of their friends, and it's an absolute awesome read. I recommend it to any like 20-year-old, anybody in university. It was such a good read. I really enjoyed it. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. But those weren't the only books that I read in January. I also started 2 more books. One book I started at work and I ended up buying the ebook, and the other one was a book that I bought a while ago and I got the 3rd book for Christmas. Those books are Girl Online by Zoe Sugg. I started this book at work because I was really curious about reading it, especially after the whole ghostwriter scandal. It's not that big of a deal as you're all making it out to be, in my honest opinion. It's really cute and it's a really quick read, I'm finding, or it's like great for the small sporadic moments that I'm reading it. I'm mostly reading it at work with some moments at home, but I haven't had a whole lot of time to read at home unless I'm going to bed, and when I'm going to bed I tend to pick up Across the Universe by Beth Revis. I'm just over 100 pages into this book and I am absolutely loving it. This is such an exciting story. I'm considering just delving into this world eventually. I have some assignments coming up soon, so I'm probably not going to get a whole lot of reading done this weekend, but I'm hoping after these assignments are finished, I can sit down and kind of just whiz through this one, and then I'm hoping to read the rest of them as well. I kind of want to just marathon through this entire series right now. Because I finished Beautiful Chaos, I decided to start The Maze Runner, which I had purchased with my last 2 Audible credits before canceling my subscription. I'm really enjoying it, but I haven't finished it yet, so I'm hoping I'll finish that one in February. So those are all the books that I've read, finished, and started in January. I will see you next time with my February TBR. Bye!